Okay, so today we're gonna do something a little different. As you can tell, this is more real riding stuff now. This footage is all, I'd say at best, at least 3 or 4 years old. So it's not new, it's a combination of a bunch of different times I went riding. There's several different bikes that I used, and so on and so forth. But I use that same gear throughout all the clips in this video. So if you're curious, there's some racing, some just playing around. This track actually was a really good friend of mine. His dad owned this place, and I probably have rode here most. Put more laps and more time into this track here, this private track of my friends, than I have anywhere else. And I put together this little section here because it was really sketchy going through that. Basically, originally it was a double, 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 and then one day I tripled in, but you couldn't really triple out, it just wasn't built for that. And so he kind of made it to where if you stay to the left side, you could triple out too. And so I was trying it this day, and it was just a little bit inconsistent. I think there's one run in here that's really, really sketchy. Let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, this one. This one's pretty sketchy. It just didn't feel right, and it's pretty ugly. It's mighty awful ugly. Come up pretty short there, and then just kind of ride it out. At least we didn't go down, so that's the good thing. But a lot of footage in this video will be from that, and I'll probably talk a little bit about certain parts. I put the video together, and now I'm putting a little bit of a commentary over it. I might not talk the whole video, but at least certain parts I probably will. So I think pretty soon here there was a day that me and the guy that owned the track and a friend of ours came out and rode. I think it's this one right here, and we rode all afternoon. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun, and it was the first time he had been out there. So let's see, that was me. I think the guy that owns the track, he comes up next. He's on a KTM, and then the other guy comes up. He's on the CRF 250 as well, right there. So yeah, that was a really fun day. But like I said, that was probably like 4 years ago, I'd say. Maybe longer, I'm not sure. It's hard to remember now. Okay, so this is actually the north part of that track and the newest part. None of us had actually done that yet. That's like a big jump into the bottom and then a 75-foot double table. And he had built that, I think, the year before, or I don't remember, but none of us had actually done it. And that day we were all kind of messing around on it, and it actually added quite a bit to the track. And here, this is a track really close to where I live, and this is probably where I had done most of my races. The guy next to me, his name was Doug. I bet for 2 seasons I did serious battling with him. He was really, really fast, and we rode a lot of B-Class and a lot of Open Non-Pro together. So I think there's some more. Yeah, see, the quality's really, really iffy right there. Sorry about that, can't really help it, but I still thought it was worth showing. But we do some battling. Here we go again. I think there's some more footage from the same day. A different moto, but from the same day. You'll see there's a really big downhill double that only a couple guys were doing, and he started doing that in the middle of the race, and I didn't. And he was gaining tons and tons of time with me, and there's just nothing I could do about it to actually, this might be it. This might be most of a hurried up version of the race. Yeah, here we're coming into the last lap, and I had held him off the whole race. The whole race! And I remember this. I remember it distinctively. You know, you got those couple that are just just heartbreakers, just absolute heartbreakers. I'm gonna ruin it for you. He gets me. It was close the entire race, but actually around the sweeper here, I usually could pull him a little bit, and that's what kept me ahead of him, I think, is around here. I could gap him a little bit, but then he'd gain it back in the next two sections. Here, I don't know if it's here. You might be able to see it. There's a little section of whoops coming up right there, and then you turn a corner and come back, and that's where that really big downhill double is. And you might see him jump it. Yeah, you'll see him jump it here. It doesn't look as big on camera, but it was huge. It was huge. Plus, he could carry all that momentum into the corner. Then he gets me up the hill, and that was all she wrote. I can tell you one thing. I was so upset. I was so upset I gave that away. I wasn't tired. It wasn't fitness. It was just, I can't believe it gave it away. Sometimes I'm tired at the end of races. My arms get a little pumped, or I'm just, like I said, just straight up tired, but not that race. That race, I was fine. I felt good the whole race. And he just got me. He got me there, and I tried to get him back, but there was nothing I could do anymore. We were like almost exactly the same speed, I think. But then if he did something like that, or if we were at a different track and I did something he wasn't doing, it gave me an edge or him an edge. And it was just enough that jumping that big double to edge me out for the win. And oh, I was seriously bummed out about it. But it was a really good battle, and those are the races that I enjoy the most and remember the most, the ones that were a really good battle like that. So here we are again at my friend's track, and I think we finish up the video, yeah, here. This was actually in town. This was a friend of mine had bought a big property on the outside of town, and he dug a basement, and he had a big, huge dirt pile. And what I did was came into town, had a Bobcat, and built a tiny little track in town. It was a really small town, if you're wondering, so that's why I get away with doing that. But just built a tiny little track there, and had some fun with it. So it's nothing too crazy, but gets a little more footage of the YZ, I guess. But there you go. This is some of the real riding stuff. It's old. It's not new footage. I'm hoping this summer I can get some new footage for you and do something really cool. I've got some really cool ideas, and we'll go from there. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments. If you want more real-life riding stuff, for sure let me know, and I will work on that for you this summer. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing as always. And until the next video, take it easy.